going on, people? It's your boy Clutch, the Don Dada of all Dadas, the King General himself is back. And before we even talk about what this video is going to be about, you guys already saw the title. Appreciate all the love and support for the last video, man. I appreciate the comments, the love. I appreciate the funny stuff that they were commenting about in my video, talking about how I said Cyrax was a British youth and she's from Nigeria, and like everybody was on my ass about that. It's all love though. I respect it. I appreciate the check-in. That was funny to me. The whole Hercules thing with Conan, that was funny. But guys, all love. I don't take shit to heart, man. It's all cool. I appreciate the subscribers, bro. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. This is probably my fastest growing video to date. It's not possible without you guys. I mean, listen, Mortal Kombat's a big deal. The Kombat Pack 2 is a big deal to certain people, but my job is trying to appease to an audience, grab attention, and it's all up to you guys and you gals that enjoy me. So I have you guys to thank for that, for the views and all that. But listen, you want to watch the reaction before we talk about anything. If you want to see the genuine reaction, link in the description down below. Enjoy it. It was probably one of my favorites. I'm biased for myself. We all have to be. This video, we're going to talk about Kombat Pack 2. We had a couple days to digest this. I don't watch the trailer a whole bunch of times. We're going to talk about what I really feel about, how I really feel about these characters, how the designs look, and then we're gonna jump more into story mode expansion. I got a bunch of screenshots that I took during the trailer that I feel like need a little bit more explaining, to have a little hints. There's a little couple things in the background in some of these shots that I want to talk about and point out. But yeah, guys, if you rock with the video, if you rock with me as a person, man, like, comment, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. If not, you just want to be a part of for the ride, then that's cool with me too. Let's see if we can talk about some cool stuff. All right, so off the rip, beast. We about to get grippy. Alright, relax, chill. Don't you got some dishes to wash? Like, wash them dishes, yo. The missus be on your ass. I'm telling you, she was on your ass. I seen it. You didn't even put soap on the sponge. Put soap on the sponge, fam. It's been a couple days since this trailer released, and there's been a lot of talk about how these characters make the people feel. The guest characters, the Mortal Kombat characters. We're gonna talk about my thoughts. I'm gonna start off with the motherfucking guest characters. Transition! We're starting off with Ghostface here. I like it. I think it's a dope addition to the roster. I think horror movie characters in general deserve to be in Mortal Kombat, and like, if they're trying to like fit them in there, it makes sense. I personally want Michael Myers. I think Michael Myers is my #1 pick that I want to see in this game. I don't really care for guest characters that much though. Like, if they put Ghostface in, that's fine. If they don't put him in, that's also fine. Like, it doesn't matter if they're in the game or not. I don't really care for the guest characters, but horror movie characters like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Predator, Leatherface, Ghostface, I don't mind that. It's the Omni-Mans, Homelander, Peacemaker, RoboCop, Rambo. I can live without those characters. I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it beans. I can live without those guest characters. I don't mind the horror movie characters because they fit well with Mortal Kombat. But I like Ghostface. I think Ghostface is probably the most popular one that everybody loves. Nobody's complaining about Ghostface. All right, the next pick we have here is T-1000. T-1000, honestly, don't really care that he's in the game. Doesn't bother me, but I'm not excited. I think T-1000 and Conan, we're gonna get to him in a second. I think those two specifically are gonna be guest characters that not a lot of people are gonna really care for, but that means they are going to be probably one of the most godly characters in the game, because that's how NRS does it. When nobody really likes a certain character, they usually put all their chips into the basket and they make these characters ruthless as hell. I mean, they're gonna have the original actor voice the character. That's dope. That's a plus. His design looks dope, looks just like in the movies. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited for it, but I'm not gonna shit on it at the same time. I'm gonna just take it how it is, and we're gonna see if it turns out to be good. All right, this one, I kind of don't care for. Conan the Barbarian, I thought was Hercules at first. I don't really care for this character. It's another Arnold character. We had Terminator and MK11, now we got Conan. Are they gonna have the actual actor? Are they gonna actually have Arnold voice it? Don't really know. We're not gonna get these characters for a long time though, until maybe probably 2025. There's a lot of time, but I don't really care for it. It's alright. It's another guest character in the game. Do I care? Am I excited? Not really. I'm just kind of in the middle. Whatever. Alright, so now I want to talk about Cyrax, Sektor, and Noob, Saibot. I had a couple days to process it. How do I really feel about these designs? Let's start off with Noob, Saibot. I love Noob Saibot's design. The only thing that's bothering me is that fucking Shinnok helmet. That's the one thing I do not like about this design. Other than that, it looks pretty dope. It kind of like has his traditional Sub-Zero look, but it's dark, it's black. You got the Havoc chaos all around it to signify that he's corrupted by chaos, corrupted by Havoc. I dig it. I dig it. The only thing I don't like is the helmet. Hopefully, his gear piece is his entire fucking head, where we can change everything and he can have the hood like in Mortal Kombat 9. I think that would make this costume a hell of a lot better. Sektor Cyrax. Now let's really talk about it, because a lot of people are having a divide here where we love that Sektor and Cyrax are in the game, but we kind of don't like that they're girls. And it's not because they're girls, it's not because they gender swapped, it's because you chose to give us two iconic robot characters that we know and love. And instead of giving us Jade, giving us Serena or Sonya or, you know, Scarlet, you decided to make our two iconic robots the females. Some people have a problem with it. Me personally, doesn't really bother me that much. If they're gonna play like actual Cyrax and Sektor, or if they're gonna be different, I mean, listen, the last time we seen them in a game was in MK9, and they were fun as hell. So I wouldn't put it past the developers that they're gonna be fun as fuck. They're gonna be incredible. The one thing that I talked about in my initial reaction was that I felt like the helmets were too big for the body type. As I continue to watch the trailer and continuously watch the movement and the gameplay, I think it looks great. I think it looks dope. A lot of people have frustrations with Sektor's eyes. Oh, the eyes are not blue like the traditional Sektor. And I'm like, okay, well, we can look at this two ways. Number one, this is Liu Kang's new era. Liu Kang's new era, they're gonna be females, right? We're just gonna switch it, and we're gonna make both their eyes the same color. Or it could be a story thing, a minor detail where Sektor betrays Cyrax and she wants to be different, so she says, fuck it, I'm gonna change the eyes and they're gonna be blue. Maybe that'll happen. We don't know. The chest area is what I really love the most about it, because it really, that's gonna be crazy online, but relax. Relax! Listen! I feel like the chest area has like the traditional Lin Kuei outfit, and then all around you can see the armor, and like, you know, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You got the robot side and you got the Lin Kuei side, so I really like that. The one thing I will nitpick, and it's just a little nitpick. I wish the wired dreads in the back, I wish they were longer. I wish they were longer. I don't really like them being short. I fell in love with Cyrax Sektor with the robots in the 3D era, where you can see all the shits. It was tough. The wired dreads were long as fuck. So hopefully the changing of the helmets can really change the dreads, the length. That would be fucking awesome. Yeah, that's how I feel about the Kombat Pack 2, guys. Listen, another thing we have to point out is that apparently a big majority of the community already knew these characters were coming into the game literally months in advance before we got the reveal. If you feel like you didn't reach any hype, probably because number one, you probably don't like the characters you saw. Number two, you probably were spoiled. You probably knew this was gonna be the exact roster like 5 months ago, 6 months ago in advance, because people want to do data mines and they want to make videos talking about spoilers and leaks. Like, motherfuckers really want to hear about that shit. Just be patient. Just be patient. If you see a rumor, that's fine, but if you see people are purposely trying to say, yo, this is gonna be in the game, look forward to this, you probably, if you don't want to get spoiled, you probably should stay the fuck away. That's just my opinion. I mean, I stood away from all that BS, so when I seen the video, I was genuinely surprised to see that Sektor and Cyrax were actually females. Even though there were rumors, I never believed it. I'm the type of person, I gotta see it in order to believe it, yo. I have to see it in order to believe it. That's how I'm gonna get my satisfaction. If you wanna be spoiled months in advance and then get mad when you see exactly what you got spoiled for, that's on you, man. It's really nothing we could do about that. But we're gonna talk about story expansion now. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about the Kombat Pack? I know I asked some of my viewers in the comments of my last video, I asked them questions of how they felt. The majority of them gave a good response. I want to hear you guys' opinion. How did these characters make you feel? Would you like to replace them? If you would replace them, who would you add in? Me personally, I can live without Conan and T-1000. I would have loved to have seen Jade, Scarlet, maybe Draman, since we're going into that chaos Havoc, you know, probably do a plot twist where Drummond plays a role. That would have been dope. As a matter of fact, one more thing, NRS, let me ask you something, NRS. Would you ever consider giving us guest character cameos? Just a thought. Guest characters cameos would probably be the move in the future, because if I'm being honest, I don't give a fuck about these two. I'm sorry, I just don't, bro. But let's move on to the story stuff now. All right, and now we are looking at some screenshots that I took of the trailer, and I feel like we have to talk about these screenshots, get a little deeper dive into things. So the first part of the trailer, you see basically the corrupted chaos realm, or even Havoc's corrupted universe. Right here, you can kind of see Cyrax and Sektor. A lot of people are saying that this lady right here, I'm gonna make it closer for you guys, but it looks like a lot of people were suspecting that that's Countess Jade. I think that's Tanya, considering that we saw Tanya at the end of the first ending of Mortal Kombat 1, where you saw Havoc, you saw Kenshi, you saw the Sub-Zero Quan Chi, you saw the Katana Tanya, so it makes sense if that is Tanya. Just showing some scenery of Havoc's universe. And then right here, you got the homie Havoc here. Now, I took this screenshot specifically for background purposes. You can see Reptile in the background. That looks a lot like our universe's Reptile, so maybe Havoc is just giving a whole fucking speech of how he's gonna make anarchy and all that stuff. And Reptile's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, I'm about to sneak this motherfucker. Right here, you can see a little bit of the colored shards. A lot of people are saying those are Infinity Stones. Listen, NRS likes to take a lot of copy and paste from Marvel movies, so expect a lot of Marvel references throughout this trailer through these screenshots. But you can see Havoc, you can see his face kind of like having a lot of light in it, like corruptedness, I don't know, energy, whatever. Right here, specifically this screenshot, I wanted to point out Takeda could be seen in the trailer. He's right here. I didn't notice him the first time. When I watched this trailer like 3 or 4 times after, I peeped that Takeda was there, because we do see Takeda's whips later on down the line when Noob Saibot's fighting him. So I'm like, okay, Takeda's there, but he does pop up in the beginning. And you can see the same Kenshi that was in the ending of Mortal Kombat 1's post-credit scene. So Kenshi is looking like Havoc's right-hand man in this story. So, yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited how that's gonna turn out. Right here, this screenshot, you can see that Havoc has taken over Geras, and he has all these wires and needles on his back, probably stealing his energy, because if you guys play the Mortal Kombat 1 endings, Geras ends up becoming the Keeper of Time, but not just the Keeper of Time for his own universe. He now foresees all the multiverse universes combined. So he's a really, really powerful character. It would make sense that Havoc wants to steal Geras' power, but what is he stealing his power for? Is he using it to maybe corrupt someone? We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, right here, he's taken by Havoc. And this screenshot's just for design purposes. This is the first time we see Sektor. She looks fucking amazing, bro. It's a beautiful queen right there. I love it. You love to see it. The red with the fire in the background is freaking dope. And then right here, we see Cyrax. This is the first time we see her in action. This setting, Cyrax and Sektor are fighting the monks. And in the trailer, you can see Sektor and Cyrax fighting Raiden and Smoke. So maybe this is the beginning of the story where they're going after the Lin Kuei. Maybe they're going after Smoke and Scorpion, because remember, they left the Lin Kuei, so now they probably want answers like,
yo, why the fuck you disrespected Bihan like we about to beat that ass, you feel me? So
Cyrax, she's just looking for some answers, probably. All right, this is probably my favorite part of the whole trailer, when we see Noob Saibot. This is just a design purpose shot right here. You can see the whole body type. Noob Saibot looks fucking dope. I love the green. People that don't really like the green, guys, you can just change it. All right, there's color palettes. You can change it, relax. Right here is an important shot I want to point out. So it looks like Noob Saibot is fighting against Havoc's soldier Sub-Zero. He's fighting the Havoc version of the Chaos Realm version of Sub-Zero. So this is interesting because Noob Saibot was created by Havoc. Why would Noob Saibot want to fight against Havoc's soldiers? This is probably a little foreshadow of maybe Noob Saibot's gonna be on our side. Maybe he's trying to escape from Havoc. Even though he thanks Havoc for his perfection, he probably doesn't give 2 fucks and probably wants to double cross him. So Just a little key piece right there. This shot specifically is for background purposes. I don't know who the fuck is back here. This looks kind of like Johnny Cage. This looks kind of like a Raiden costume like. I don't know. It kind of looks like Raiden with a new costume. This silhouette right here kind of resembles Shang Tsung with the whole yellow and the black right there. I have no idea who the last silhouette's there, but in this part of the trailer, Noob Saibot's explaining to a female he has been perfected and, you know, he wants to rain on everybody's parade, right? No pun intended. Now, this screenshot in particular, so this is Havoc taking Bihan. This is probably our Bihan from our universe. So it looks like Havoc corrupts our Sub-Zero. So unfortunately, our Sub-Zero dies once again, but he is now perfected as Noob Saibot. But what I really want to talk about here is that there's a voice in this part of the trailer where, in my perspective, it sounded like Sektor talking to Noob Saibot saying, I can't believe they did this to you. I can't believe Havoc took you away. And it would make sense that it would be Sektor talking to Bihan because Sektor looks at Bihan as the Grandmaster. They respect him. But someone on Twitter, and I wish I would have remembered the name. If you guys know who I'm talking about, shout them out in the comment section down below. All I want to do is show love. We don't want to steal nobody's stuff here. But someone said in the tweet, they said that the voice kind of sounds like it's Serena talking to Bihan rather than Sektor. As I kept hearing it, it does make sense, and it can also make sense because if you guys know Serena and Bihan's past, they kind of had a little thing going on with each other. So could we see Serena in this story once again? It could be a possibility. It definitely could be. But guys, once again, if you know who I'm talking about, who tweeted that, link in the description, bro. Tag the person in the comment section. I want to show them love. I want to thank them for that because that was a real dope detail that it really made me question, like, it could be Serena. That could be Serena talking, and they're just kind of like, you know, maybe her and Sektor's voice are both alike, maybe. But yeah, that's the only reason why I screenshotted this part. And I screenshotted this part because this is just fire. I mean, I've always wanted to see Scorpion and Noob Saibot duke it out. It seems like every time Scorpion got rid of Bihan, they never really had a beef with Scorpion and Noob Saibot. They never really hated each other because they were almost on the same side. They were both taken by Quan Chi. But now, Noob Saibot is a corruption of Havoc, and now that Scorpion is Noob Saibot's brother, we can finally get that Scorpion versus Noob Saibot battle that we always wanted. We always wanted to see it, but I think because Kuai Liang was still around, it always made sense for Noob Saibot and Sub-Zero to have their fight. But now that Kuai Liang is Scorpion, we're finally gonna get that Scorpion versus Noob Saibot fight that we always wanted. I always wanted to see it, and now we're gonna see it in a grand scale, and I really like that. But is this gonna be one fight? Is Noob Saibot gonna join forces? Because like I said, there's multiple shots in this trailer where it looks like Noob Saibot is fighting against Havoc soldiers. Now this picture in particular, this is the famous shot where everybody says the Infinity Stones that Havoc possesses. I had some time to think, and I've seen people comment and tweet. They're absolutely right. This resembles the Kamidogus. So the Kamidogus are relevant in this story. It makes sense. The Kamidogus debuted in Mortal Kombat Deception. Havoc debuted in Mortal Kombat Deception. It makes sense why he would corrupt the Kamidogus and why he is Titan Havoc. I need NRS to hear me. If anybody in the developing team works for NRS, if you guys know anybody, please tag them in this video. We need Havoc to be the biggest, baddest boss of all time. Nani? Let that sink in. We need Havoc to be the most feared villain that Mortal Kombat has ever faced. And I'm gonna tell you why. You're finally giving us a chance to make Havoc the bad guy. And I love that. There should be no way that Liu Kang beats Havoc in this story. I'm sorry, there's no way. There's no way. You guys have to understand. Liu Kang is not that powerful anymore because he gave the powers to Geras to become the keeper to foresee all the multiverse. In Liu Kang's ending, he specifies that he is a godlike being, but he's not immortal. He's gonna die soon. He's gonna die of old age. I don't think he's as powerful or even equal to Havoc. Havoc should win this fight easily, bro. You have all the fucking Kami Dogus in your possession. They explained in the trailer that this version of Havoc doesn't want order. He doesn't want to have freedom. He wants to burn. He wants anarchy. He is the definition, the embodiment of what anarchy and chaos is. You can't just beat someone like that nonchalant. And I feel like with the last couple of bosses we've had lately, they've gotten bested so easily. Like, Shang Tsung in this game as a boss fight is one of the easiest boss fights ever. Not to mention Kronika being another boss that was very high mighty, but as Raiden would say, not all that powerful. The other boss, Corrupted Shinnok. Bro, you got beaten by Cassie Cage. No disrespect, but you didn't even lose to the strongest character in the game. You lost to Cassie. And then you have Mortal Kombat 9 Shao Kahn, but Shao Kahn was a demon who also got bested by Liu Kang. I feel like the route they're taking Havoc, they're making Havoc look like a fucking badass. And what I don't want them to do is I don't want them to do all this work just for a ending of, oh, Raiden and Liu Kang combine and they beat Havoc. Like, now I have a theory. I have a pretty cool fucking theory. And I'm gonna save it towards the end because I think there's another. I'm gonna save it towards the end. I want to get my shit across here, but I'm gonna, guys, follow back because I got something here. Trust me. This next screenshot here, we see Scorpion at his wedding, and we see an encounter with Cyrax, and it looks like Cyrax and Sektor are gonna like spoil the wedding because
quietly ain't we been looking for your ass, bruh. Like, what's all that shit you was talking about? How you better than Bihan? We about to handle that.
In this part right here, Scorpion talks about how you corrupted the Lin Kuei, and Cyrax says, no, we're only here because of your... I couldn't make out what she said, but like, it's more like, we're here because of something you did. We're here because of something you fucked up. So that's the only reason why we're here. We didn't corrupt shit. Right here, you can see the cliche Sektor and Cyrax fighting. It looks like Sektor is probably on the evil side and Cyrax is like, nah, we about to handle that. I'm about to fuck this bitch up. It could be one or two things. It could be one, they're sparring with each other, or it could be two, Cyrax is the good girl in this scenario. I'm not gonna let you make a mistake, or I'm not gonna let you hinder the Lin Kuei. We gotta handle business now. So they beefing with each other. All right, this screenshot right here, a little blurry, but this screenshot, you can see Noob Saibot breaking off of Takeda's whips. And this is another thing I wanted to talk about. Is Noob Saibot really a bad guy in this story mode? Or is he going to be a bad guy that's gonna be a potential good guy, temporary good guy for the most part? Ends up killing the Scorpion version in the chaos version of Scorpion, he kills him. And yeah, just another thing that to kind of think about, like, is Noob Saibot on our side? Because one thing about DLC expansions, we're gonna play as the DLC character. We're gonna have a chapter about Sektor. We're gonna have a chapter about Cyrax. We're gonna have a Noob Saibot chapter finally. So we're gonna see if Noob Saibot ends up being a good guy in this situation. And then this screenshot here just shows the dates. I thought this was really awesome. We're gonna get Cyrax, Sektor, and Noob Saibot available on release, which is September 24th. How ironic. I think Mortal Kombat 1 released September 23rd of last year, and now September 24th of this year, we're getting DLC expansion.
Stop it. Get some help.
Ghostface T1000 Conan to be announced. That's all that good stuff. Right here, just showcasing a little bit more of the costumes. We're finally getting all the classic ninjas. Empress Melina kind of resembles a little bit of Deception Melina with a lot more clothing on. And then Wedding Scorpion. I think that's pretty dope. And then right here, Animalities were also introduced into this trailer as well. They brought them back. Another W by NRS. They are a free update. They will be available for everyone on release. Now, this screenshot I wanted to also point out too. Another Marvel reference. This is obviously coming from the Ant-Man Quantumanium scene where post-credit where you have all the Kangs together at the rally and now you have all the Havocs. Interesting. This Havoc right here looks a lot like Deception Havoc. So, will we get a costume? Will we get a skin? Who knows? I hope so. So far, this is the only skin that we haven't seen in the game yet. So I'm looking forward to that. And then this last screenshot I have here is, you can see Lady Sektor right here. Beautiful woman. I appreciate it. She got the super suit armor going on. But interesting is, look who is behind her. That's Johnny Cage. That is 100% Johnny Cage. Why the fuck is he dressed as a World War II soldier? Is this a movie scene that Sektor's just breaking, she's just spoiling the parade? Is this a version of Johnny Cage that's from the multiverse? I don't know. Pretty interesting, but I just found that to be funny how it's World War II Johnny Cage. What the fuck? All right, guys, we're back to the Havoc stuff. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about. I had a theory, and this is what I think should happen. I think the ending to Mortal Kombat 1's Chaos Reign, I think the person that should beat Havoc
is Onaga.
Yes, Onaga, I said it. Listen, Ed Boon and Dominic, I can't remember homie last name, but Dominic is one of the writers, also did the invasion stuff. They specifically said that the Mortal Kombat 1 endings of this game, there were certain things in those endings that were potential canons. And if that's true, we have to take that into consideration with Geras. Why would Havoc want to steal Geras' power if Liu Kang is the keeper of time? In Geras' ending, he foresees all the multiverse. In Liu Kang's ending, he promotes Geras to be the one to take his place to foresee everything. Another ending to point out is Ashra's ending. In the ending of Ashra, she ends up joining the Wuxi Academy where she becomes a monk. She realizes that she can't leave her sister Serena in the Netherrealm to be tortured. So she ends up freeing Serena's soul, and now her and Serena fight side by side for the protection of Earthrealm, which could also play into that screenshot. You hear the mysterious female talking about, Bihan, what have they done to you? Why has he turned you into this corrupted person? It could make sense that at that point in time, Serena is a good guy. Her soul is back and it is intact, and now she wants to help Bihan the same way he probably helped her, you know? So that also can play into a potential canon. The reason why I think Onaga plays a big role is because in Reiko's ending, he ends up freeing Onaga, and he ends up trying to best Onaga, but we know Onaga's too powerful. So 9 times out of 10, Reiko probably dies. It would make so much sense that in order to beat this corrupted Havoc, in order to save our world, we can't do this. We have to let the monster loose. We have to let him beat Havoc. Now, Marvel is a lot of content that Mortal Kombat likes to take. They like to copy and paste. Hence the Infinity Stones on Havoc. The fucking universe of Havocs when it's resembling Kang, the potential Kangs in the universe in Quantumania. Does it sound ironic and familiar to you how in order to beat a villain, you have to let a monster destroy it? Does that not remind you of Thor Ragnarok? It makes so much sense that in order to beat this Havoc, like I said, guys, they have been marketing this Havoc to be a villain of all villains. There's no way Liu Kang can beat this fucking guy by himself. There's no way. I don't see none of these characters beating Havoc except for Onaga. And that's dope because it sets up the future game of like, hey, we used Onaga to beat Havoc, now we have to beat Onaga ourselves. I think that's a godly move. I think that would be the icing on the fucking cake. We are getting bested by Havoc, there's nothing we can do. This is a bad idea, but I think this is our only move. Onaga is trapped underground somewhere, let that motherfucker loose, and he's gonna beat the dog shit out of Havoc, and it's raps. But on the downside, we gotta fight the motherfucker next game. I think that'll be perfect. Havoc needs to be the villain that wins. He has to win. He has to be that villain, makes the audience believe, holy shit, Havoc might actually win in this story. And what other way to beat a monster than to have another monster on your side, even just for a temporary battle, and then we gotta take care of that monster later on. I think it's perfect. I think that completes this whole multiverse story of having Onaga win, and now he's going to capture the Kamidogus of our universe, and we have a new game to fight. That's what I think. It makes so much sense, and considering that the MK1 endings have potential canons with them, it can make sense why Shujinko ends up becoming a Shaolin with Kung Lao and Raiden. That's all I wanted to talk about. Just a quick discussion on what I feel about the trailer, what I think about the Kombat Pack 2. If you guys have any more theories or questions, if you guys want to throw in your own 2 cents in the comments, please do so. I appreciate all you guys. You have no idea how happy you guys made my weekend, bro. I had a blast making the reaction, interacting with some of you in the comments section, watching my views skyrocket. That was so dope. It definitely is a motivating experience for me, and I'm gonna keep this going. But yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you rock with your boy. It's the Dundada of all datas, the King General himself, Clutch. Remember to always help each other, build each other, and stick with each other, because we all we got at the end of the day, man. If we don't got each other, who else do we got? Fellas, wash them dishes, por favor, bro. Tropicana. Put the soap in the sponge. The missus is looking at you with the chancleta ready to... It's over. But it's your boy Clutch. I'm out of here. Peace.